SD Bullion now has the 2024 American Silver Eagle Privy Mint Mark for sale. This is the first time I'm seeing this here with you guys, so I want to break this down with you to show you kind of what's going on. I know other people have picked them up on other sites, but for SD Bullion now to have them, they do have a couple different varieties from what I can tell. They do have the MS70 in a black kind of casing, if you will, from NGC, and then they also have a kind of the standard white one that they normally have for a little bit cheaper for $149.99. Now it does show that there's two here. They got the black and the white version here for the MS70, and they also have one for the MS69, and they also are selling just the individual coins by themselves. Now from what I've read and understood, these, I'm curious about this because it says the first 50,000 issued, so I assume it's the first 50,000 of MS70, and then you have the first 50,000 of MS69. So you probably have the first kind of 100,000 here in a slab between these two grading levels of 70 and 69. And from what I've also read too, the Privy Mark by itself is going to be it's not going to be graded because it's not going to meet the standards, because the first, from what it shows right here, the initial wave of coins from the US Mint with this Privy Mark were primarily made for grading purposes. Those coins are now being distributed across the marketplace. The remainder of the 500,000 total mintage are expected to be released late in November 2024. And pretty much that these coins are not grading rejects. They're pretty much going to be new, but they're just not going to meet the specific grading targets that the mint had initially set forth for these. So it looks like the first 100 of 500,000 are going to be in these grading slabs, and the rest are going to be in this kind of individual, probably in those little flips that you would normally see. But they're not going to, probably my guess is they're not going to be of the MS69 or 70 type of level. It doesn't say exactly here, from what I can tell, what it's going to be at in terms of its value, obviously, but very interesting to see a little bit more about this. I know this has been kind of talked about over the last couple months, that this kind of got brought out, and I know there's a game attached to it. Everyone originally suspected Rockstar Games to be the game behind it all because of the Star Privy Mark, and it actually ended up being a different game, which I personally haven't even played. I know you can win the coin that way in the game, or you can buy it for a cheaper price. You know, I'm more focused about the mintage levels on it, because there's only 500,000 minted. To me, it's going to be one of those ones where I see this more as a collectible. Now, there's a couple things I do want to point out with this, because again, this is from the US Mint's website right here. It says these coins are, you know, they're kind of basically the traditional American Silver Eagle design, but they got that Star Privy Mark in it, and they've only minted 500,000, which is very low. And it's also the first bullion coin to feature a Privy Mark. So I think when you have a low mintage of 500,000 with a Privy Mark attached to it, I can see this being a collectible type of coin. But the thing that I'm a little unsure of is maybe over time the value and the game that's attached to that coin. Because if it was Rockstar Games, I think that probably would have held a little more value to it. But since this is just some another typical mobile play to win type of game, I don't know exactly if this is going to be something that's going to be. Basically, my thought is the game itself is going to kind of degrade the value of that coin, maybe over the period of time. But at the same time, 500,000 minted with a Privy Star Mark, I don't really know exactly what's going to happen. And actually, they just added this in here too. Since I've recorded this video, they added, you can get a tube of them now. I mean, it's not even, actually it says 404 page not found, so maybe they're still updating this, but it looks like this is just being released right now. To be fair and open and honest, I did purchase one of these. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one I purchased, because I think we're going to do an unboxing video for it, and it's going to be pretty cool. But basically, you know, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be something that maybe gets lost over time and it just doesn't become something, but I'm kind of hedging a bet that a low mintage like this over the next 20, 30 years, you know, it might be hard to find a Star Privy Mint Silver Eagle at some point in the future. I mean, who knows? It's going to be one of those weird things where if you're not a numismatics or coin collector or a stacker for that matter, you know, these Star Privy Mint marks, if they do gain value in the future, these are going to be things that just end up in people's passed down through generation type of handlings, and they're just going to be given away. And they're not going to recognize that the Star Privy Mark is a mintage of 1 of 500,000. So who knows what it's going to be. I'm just kind of making a video off the fly here because I saw that this got released, and I did make a purchase on one of these sets. Again, I'm not going to tell you which one that is, but again, you know, these specific coins, you know, just let's read this one more time. Like, these are the classic American coins, which were redesigned in 2021 to feature an updated obverse design and the new reverse design. It's got some additional anti-counterfeiting security features, including the variable reeded edge. But these coins specifically are going to contain the Star Privy Mark. It's the first Privy Mark ever to be used on a bullion coin, especially on these ones. And so these are going to be, it says, making these coins a truly unique addition to any collection. I kind of agree with that if you just look at the numbers behind it. But you also got to kind of weigh in what's the value of that Star Privy Mark going to be based off of this game that's based behind it. I don't really know. I'm willing to even bet that in about not even 10 years, I bet you even in 5 years, this game is just going to be forgotten about and no one's going to really even remember it. So that's why I say if it was a game like Rockstar or GTA 6, it probably would have held more value to it because of just the game itself. Because a mobile game, I mean, I don't see this being really any of value for the game itself, but I do see the value of the mintage, especially like, for example, this one, this MS-70, the first 50,000 issued. I can see that being a collectible, possibly, you know, maybe in the future, but who knows what it's going to do. But it is interesting to see these now on SD Bullion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you going to purchase this? Have you purchased this? And if you had to pick from any of these, which one would you do? Would you go for any of the MS-70s or the 69? Or would you rather just get the more cheaper option of the actual coin itself? Wait to see how all of this kind of transpires, because you can always slab this later on in the future. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. These are now released on SD Bullion for what I can tell for the first time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.